All good.
And he was just saying it for everyone
Yeah.
Good morning. Everybody wants to work toward the chair before I get started. Well, welcome. Good morning, and thank you all very much for being here today to celebrate one of my favorite days in the Colorado State Patrol, a graduation of an academy class. This is truly a celebration, and very appreciative to have you have a full room in person, no less, again, to have a really neat celebration today. So, first, to introduce myself, my name is Colonel Matthew Packard. It's my honor, truly a privilege to serve as the chief of the Colorado State Patrol. And today, we're going to celebrate the graduation of the Colorado State Patrol Port of Entry Cadet Class 2021-1. And the State Patrol is good at a few things. But one of the things we're really good at is celebrations and pomp and circumstance. And this day, this morning, will be filled with that. And to start off in that vein, I'd ask you to please rise for the presentation of Port of Entry Class 2021-1. Please welcome Sergeant Jared Williams as he presents our Port of Entry class.
Class 2021-1. Let's get it. Look. My bad. All right. Quick. Mark. That's probably from the software that Blake has installed. I don't want to mess with it, but in the future, that's what it is. I have a clip of the software. You see what that means? You extend it to
Thank you, Sergeant Williams. Thank you for that
sunshine that our flag will those seasons that such faithful banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Or on. Again, thank you very much for all of you. And please join me in sending our thoughts and wishes to the Sheriff's Office to the lost over the next year. Please remain standing for our invocation. It's my honor to invite on stage Chaplain Ben Frank. Father, we thank you, we praise you for this incredible privilege today to celebrate and recognize their goodness, their training to be inmates, to be serving the people of society. Yeah, we pray for them as they serve you. Thank you, Chaplain. Thank you, the honor guard. And thank you, guys, for the seat. Right. Again, it's a truly honor and privilege to be here today and celebrate the tremendous achievement of our class. Before we get started, I'd like to do a few introductions so that you all know our family and friends, the folks who are here representing the various parts of the college. Before I start, with our executive command staff from Region 3, Lieutenant Colonel Barry Beck. Region 1, Lieutenant Colonel Mel Marlowe. Region 2, Lieutenant Colonel Josh Downey. Patrol's Chief of Staff, Sarah Allen. And the Director of the Port Entry, our Director Commissioner Nixon. We'd also like to recognize several of our district supervisors and deputy directors of the Port Entry, who rise and acknowledge as well. And I know there's at least one of them who is part of the Heritage Organization to help out our technical. For any retired members of you guys and recognize the difference for your service. Go right now, I want to say, hey. And also, in our country, we have a lot to do thankful for. But certainly, the way that society, because of the service of so many of our who are currently serving or have served in the past in our nation's military, would you please stand and be recognized? Our training staff. Our program cadets, so we have a rigorous training program. We talked about a lot this morning, but that is we're successful now. Because of the dedication to excellence, professional development, and that's from our military training staff. So if you participate or on our staff, have a train our military. You guys can help you recognize. Thank you very much. All your family members. If you don't mind, if you're a family member of our program, staff, and members of the patrol, would you please rise for a moment? I want you to know how much we appreciate you. Our profession asks a lot of us, there's no things that truly life-changing, life-saving things. We're able to do that because of your love and support. On behalf of the Cadet, on behalf of all the other members of the state patrol, thank you for that. Thank you for being willing to sacrifice yourselves for this organization and our various commissions. So join me in a round of applause for our family. So today we're going to be celebrating graduation. Talk about what these folks are headed off in the career will publish. And it's a significant step. I had the opportunity shortly after they started the academy process to sit in the classroom with them, talk about expectations and what it means to be a member of the college. And I got to have a conversation with them again this morning after a uniform inspection. I talked about quite frankly the weight that comes with a position like the one you're carrying. This is a life of service. A chosen profession, truly a chosen profession, but not I believe is called. The one that comes with significant sacrifice and work. I want to work that sacrifice and work because as a member of the college as a member of this profession, we really have the opportunity to save somebody's life. We talk a lot about how important that is. We talk a lot about how proud we are to be a member of the college. And I asked the cadets this morning to remember this. And they're asked what they do. What they do for a living. That they are filled with pride when they say they work for the Colorado State. We talked about that early on in the training process. And I suspect they were proud to be in that group. I believe they were proud to be in that group. It's not easy for just to get into that account. They're proud of their own accomplishments. I believe they were proud of believing in our organization's hands. But our opportunity didn't really know the whole story. And after a several training program, they can be even more proud. And I believe they have a stronger understanding of what it really means to be a member of the college. And now when somebody asks them, hey, what do you do for them? They can rise their shoulders, their chest comes out, they're filled with warmth and pride when they say, I work for the Colorado State. And what they follow that with is, as I hope they follow that with is, because they believe it, is an ice thing. That's what this organization is. We do that every day. There's 4 officers spread across the state with our fixed site and on mobile sites. They will have the opportunity to be a key player in the safety of the state, the safety of our highway infrastructure, the safety of our economy, moving goods and services across the state. They are that positive impact on our mission and our safety and our security. And that is a tremendous responsibility. I stand before you with absolute certainty that they are ready for that responsibility. I am proud to say that I'm a member of the college, and I am so proud to say that I work with you like I'm doing. And it's all coming out of the surrounding the state. So thank you. Thank you to our cadets. We want to leave all every school one of these folks, love their family. Some of them travel hours to come to the room this morning as well. So we're very out today. Very out of college for Academy. I'm quite confident that that involved is much more, and I know the company is not officially do that. So thank you to them for the sacrifice and step away. The company is following on the organization. Thank you again to the family for picking up when they were leaving behind. I know that home life is not easy when a key person in the family steps away. But again, I'll tell you, many people have many choices in life. And in the simplest terms, these cadets made a choice. They joined this organization, and they reaffirmed that to themselves training program. They were named to turn left and have an easy street life with relatively smaller levels of sacrifice. They made the choice to turn right, knowing there are challenges and hurdles, hits and valleys. And as they navigate through those obstacles, they're going to save somebody. It is absolutely worth that. I'm so thankful for your will to take that on. I'm thankful again for your support. is a better place to go to the enough. What my underneath my about this position is I get to introduce our keynote speaker. And the person that I'm going to ask to come up on stage this morning is a dear friend, truly a mentor. I've known for decades at this point, and I'm privileged to work with rising up together within the colleges. I'm going to introduce and ask to come up just in about 30 years ago. The retired deputy chief of the college, Mark Town. Again, a lot of memories with Deputy Chief Sam and I started working roads together in Adams County, Kitchen Diagram. But we're that one so much for him over the first year. I'm really excited to hear his speech and guidance to our guests. The Deputy Chief Sam retired from the State Patrol in 2020 after serving nearly 26 years and rose to the rank of Deputy Chief. He spent time in our field operations, our capital, executive security unit. He spent a lot of time in his career working in commercial vehicle industry, both in state and international levels. Since retiring, he's worked for a company called Keynote, who identifies it as the transportation safety manager, including traffic safety for employees and customers, and most recently served as the director of Connected Truck Solutions for intelligent imaging solutions and travel. Deputy Chief Sam has a bachelor's degree in political science and history from Iowa, and then he graduated in 256th session of the FBI National Academy. Mark is also a graduate of Northwestern University School of Chief Staff and session and the 63rd session of the Senior Management and Bridge Training University. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Mark Savage.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I'll tell you, it's really interesting working with somebody for so long. My speech is very similar to what the chief said. There's a reason for that. Because we have very similar experiences and we grew up in the same culture, in the same organization. We'll talk a little bit about that today. But before I begin, I just want to say thank you to the chief as well. You know, when you have strong leadership in charge of your organization, it makes the job that much better. And this organization, I was a member of for 26 years, had tremendous leadership. And I'm very proud to work with you as well, Chief. So thank you very much. Well, good morning. This is quite an esteemed group of soon-to-be traffic safety professionals leading an academy program filled with what I know to be some of the best training in the country. I know this because I know the folks that provided your training. And I know that their dedication and commitment to what you do is unparalleled. I know you will recognize them in your own way, but I also wanted to acknowledge their work and what you've accomplished today. So if you don't mind giving them one round of applause, I would appreciate it. I was going to say that. You guys can this one over there. Before I begin, I want you to know a little bit about me. I have likely never worked with you as I retired before you started this great organization. I retired in June of 2020 as the deputy chief, but spent much of my time, as the chief said, in commercial vehicle safety. I can say without reservation that I enjoyed that time more than just about anything else in the organization. I enjoyed that because I really had an opportunity to be proactive and make a difference. It was a surprise to me that I enjoyed commercial vehicle safety so much. I did not join the patrol as a trooper to focus on commercial vehicle safety. But once I started to get into it and started to do the work, I never left. And I to this day, obviously, I still work in that industry. I still enjoy it. I did this because it was powerful, impactful, and like I said, I was able to make a difference. And most importantly to me, as an individual, is I felt relevant. But I also enjoyed doing it because I worked with some amazing people, folks that you're going to get to work with as well. Several of them are in this room today. Over the course of my career, I was blessed with getting to know the members of the Board of Entry and have come to deeply respect the work that they do. So it goes without saying that one of the most significant and impactful experiences of my career was leading the effort to bring the Board of Entry back into the Colorado State Patrol after many years of being in the wrong place for revenue. I sincerely hope that each of you get to experience the joy of loving what you do and can think of no better place to be right now than where you're sitting. You are truly blessed and are lucky to have the opportunity before you. I can also see from the way you're carrying yourself today that you're very proud of your accomplishments, and you should be. You're off to a great start. But I also recognize that you're not done and have many more months or weeks and weeks of challenges ahead of you as you enter into the training program. Today, though, is about you. And as you pause between the training programs, I want you to understand the significance of this event and offer you some humble reflections on my career that I truly hope will help you in yours. First off, and the Chief talked a little bit about this, do not underestimate the significance of your role in the community. This is an exciting time in your lives as you embark on a noble career dedicated, as the Chief said, to saving lives. And make no mistake about it, that's exactly what you're going to do. As you graduate and enter the community that you're assigned for, remember that your role is one of critical importance and must be treated as such. Challenge yourself, be innovative, and remain focused on the significance of why you are doing what you are doing. In fact, because of what you do and who you work for, you are likely to be widely respected and appreciated in your community the day you arrive. Do not be surprised if you're thanked by strangers while in uniform. I experienced this appreciation and respect early on in my career while at a neighborhood get-together. I remember I was talking about an event that happened in my career at work, obviously, and how I felt about it. And as I talked, I noticed the people in the room stopped talking and they turned to listen to me. And I, of course, those of you that know me, I was giving my opinion on what happened, not just telling the story of what happened. And this was back in about 1999, 2000, right when the Chief and I were working in Adams County. And I was in hazardous materials, and we were doing a lot of mobile methamphetamine labs. And in fact, we were doing about one a week. And I was telling the story of how many labs we were going to, what happened with the labs, how we were dismantling the labs and making them safe, not only for the police officers that were responding, but also the community as a whole. See, back then, people were doing a lot of cooking with methamphetamines in motels. They would cook for a couple days, and then they would move on to the next motel to avoid detection. And as they were moving, police officers and court officers and other enforcement officials were stopping en route, whether it be a port of entry or be on the road. It was a significant safety hazard, especially because the chemicals that were being used in the production of the product. So like I said, as I was talking, everybody stopped to listen intently on what I was saying. Admittedly, it made me feel a little uncomfortable. At first I thought, because I was young, that it was because of me and how I was telling the story. It was a war story, so to say. But that's not true. As I matured, not only as a person, but in my career, I realized that this reaction, by the way, this reaction to a story, it was not a singular occurrence. It happened many times over my career. I began to realize that people's reaction to what I was saying went far beyond just the excitement or the interest in the story. I came to realize it wasn't really about me or my experiences, but something much larger than myself. So I want you to pause. I'm going to pause for just a second. I want you to reflect on that. Reflect on that event that happened to me and will very likely happen to you as well. How is it that that you don't even know may stop to thank you on the street, or when you're talking, intently listen to what you have to say? Why is it that the moment you arrive in your community, many people will respect you without even knowing you? Indeed, it could be that your work is very interesting, and people love to hear about it. Certainly that's true, but the answer is much more complicated. People will respond and react to you differently, especially in uniform, because of what you represent as a member of the Colorado State Patrol. As you graduate here today and enter your community tomorrow as a uniform-wearing member of this remarkable organization, you will be seen with deference and respect by many. I want to also suggest that this respect is not only given to you as an acknowledgement of the work we do, but also how those who came before you did that work. In fact, much of this respect was built over many years of dedicated service of those who you replace. Accordingly, you have been given a gift, and I want you to recognize the significance of that gift and protect it. Do not forget to work to maintain and grow that gift. You can do this by understanding what you do is as important as how you do it. And remember, the continuation of this respect and relationship is directly related to how you treat people and your ability to develop and maintain a positive relationship with those you serve. Therefore, a successful relationship is built on collaboration, communication, and trust. Acknowledge that you will be entering your community as a law enforcement officer with power and authority over those that you serve. The authority that will be vested in you by the chief here in just a few minutes today is actually given to you by the citizens of the state. I would imagine that at times you will be reminded of that. You may be told, I pay your salary. And to be frank, they do. But that's not what I'm referring to. What I'm talking about is how our system of government is established and how you as a representative of that government should exercise your authority judiciously. In other words, be diligent but fair, be steady but kind, be confident but humble and empathetic. Listen more than you talk and strive to really understand those that you serve. Remember that you are likely the first and maybe the only contact this person may have with law enforcement, and the impression you leave with them will be representative of how they feel about an entire profession. Know that every contact is an opportunity to have an outsized impact on others in a positive way. Also, work to understand your biases. Look, folks, everybody has them. Recognize them and strive to overcome them. You can do this by spending time with people that are not like you. Seek out experiences that are foreign to you and challenge your beliefs. Do not assume because it has always been that way that it is right. Be empathetic and acknowledge that others, especially those with different backgrounds, may communicate differently than you do. Follow your profession and know the latest technology, technological innovations or ideas that are being implemented to make you more effective and efficient. Understand the environment in which you operate and think about what the future may hold for your profession. I used to attend a conference every year of big city police chiefs, chiefs of police of Los Angeles, New York City, Denver. It was the top 50 largest police departments in the country. And I would attend the conference as a state patrol member, not to speak or be an active, engaged member of that community, because to be frank, big city police chiefs love to talk. You wouldn't have gotten into word edgewise anyway. But the reason why I attended was to learn what was going on in those cities, because I knew what was happening in those cities would happen within our communities in 5 to 10 years. And that was exactly what was happening. Well, let me bring this back to something that directly relates to you and your profession, and that is autonomous commercial vehicle technology. This is a technological innovation trend that will have a significant impact on your profession. In fact, yesterday, I was on a conference call with several safety professionals discussing driverless vehicles and how they will be inspected on the roadside. It was pretty exciting and interesting stuff. And the reason why this is exciting and interesting is we've struggled over the course of the last couple of years to reduce commercial motor vehicle crashes in general, but specifically as it relates to this group, commercial motor vehicle crashes. We had that rate driving down after many years of significant fatalities. Well, guess what, folks? It's going back up again. And I can tell you that we have 11 safety professionals sitting right here that are going to go out there and help drive that rate down, but it's not going to be enough. We'll never have enough enforcement officials, and I truly believe that by leveraging technology, we can continue to reduce that crash rate. But this may sound like a pretty big ask for you, especially if you're just starting out in your career. I encourage you to see this as an opportunity to not only develop your skills, though, but also advance your career and improve your organization. I have one more ask of you. Please stay healthy. By healthy, I mean more than just physical fitness. Ensure that you have a strong mental health foundation and work to maintain it. This is a tough job, and it will challenge you. Do not forget that your safety directly depends on your ability to be alert and fit, both physically and mentally. Make sure you spend time with your family and those that are important to you. As an American, I'm not always proud of how we work. I work for a Canadian company now, and I can tell you they have a different philosophy on work and work-life balance. The work-life balance in the United States is not the same across the world. And while we certainly get a lot of things done, we can use a little more balance. So I wish that I could tell you that I always practice what I preach, but to be honest, I am not. In fact, my biggest regret over the course of my career is missing out on time that I could have spent with my kids. My boys now are 19 and 21, and out of the house, which is a good thing too. But in fact, it's something that I really wish I would have done a better job at. So please work hard, but also take your time off and use it to the best of your advantage as possible. I'm quite pleased and humbled to have been asked to speak at your graduation, and since being asked, I very much look forward to speaking to you today. In my new role, I occasionally get to the way stations across the country, and I look forward to seeing each of you in the field. Thank you, stay safe, and congratulations.
All right. Next, I'd like to ask the class president to come up and do his speech here. But you know that each of our academy classes, the class selects someone and votes them to be the class president. Someone that has demonstrated true leadership ability and the willingness to step out in front of a group that, quite frankly, is stepping out in front of a lot of others, who really rises and comes out. They really take on an important leadership role with their fellow classmates. And this presented class is no different. It is my privilege and honor today to ask class 2021 National Class President to come up with his class address. Please help me welcome Cadet Mitch Corral.
Welcome everyone, thank you for coming to show your school today. What I want every one of you can hear that I've been awesome. I'm going to try to keep this experience going. It feels like an eternity ago, we make a decision to change our lives and become part of something bigger. I do not tell you the process is going to be difficult. You just have to go through it. I know many of you will relate to this. They made it waiting for the hardest part. 61 months of interview, polygraph, background check, and no idea. Just to hopefully one day we will be here today. 11 total strangers came together to be a family these last 2 weeks. We covered all walks of life, days of life. Some are great grandparents, grandparents, parents, and some of us young enough to be their children. Some have prior law enforcement experience, and some are just out of school. None of us really know what we started up with improvement and fellow officers. We started up with a family platform, determination, and dedication to our relationship. Not only with my family here, but the academy, and the family there. This family, honestly say, got me through the academy. And without them, I'm sure I would not be standing here today. We spent countless nights together, being in the classroom all day. We studied, worked out, drank our food, fixed our ears, and after our day, we spent a little bit of time getting a little bit more of ourselves. Being class president, as an honor, I apologize to some of the relatives. It's not something to speak here today. I hope that I'm able to make all my fellow cadets proud. Honestly, it's bittersweet. Most of us will not get to see each other here for a very long time. Some of us will sit apart from the state, others never went to. And I can eat, sleep, and shower, pretty much every second of the day together. You'll be missing each and every one of them. And I know that all the person on the stage are going to be amazing and awesome. I have trust with mine, with me and my family's life. I have been a family of these cadets who never thought possible. Before moving to the state a couple years ago, I had no one out here with me, no family, no friends. But now I can honestly say I can call anyone who keeps my right. Whether I need help, or just one thing I will always do. So thank you again for letting me come out and honor these people. I just want to thank District Supervisor Hoser for dedication, constant determination to make us better people and better officers. And congratulations on the first promotion. I know this cabinet will not be the same without you. Thank you, Sergeant Williams, for always pushing us to be better. Children that represent the state code and while living. Officer Tiger cannot be here today, but he's here in spirit. And he probably will push up the machine or not even yell at us. For those of you who don't know, Officer Tiger was a real good for a couple of weeks. He had the call to go to the Colorado State Culture for Academy, where I could vouch for. He definitely worked hard. I want to wish you luck and strength. You've been a compete the challenge ahead of you from part of the state school nation. This time, I want to pray and tell the best people here today. Dear Lord, I pray all these cadets going to the sports, look over everywhere, look over themselves, look over their families, look over the struggle ahead. I understand this job is not easy. Please, Lord, for their families, Lord, show them the way how to keep us officers, all of us, how to represent this amazing agency and how to represent the state. Please, amen. At this time, I would ask that please present the class gift.
You know, just going to go off script a little bit, you know, just want to comment on the president's, remarks there. If it comes to point in your career, as you move around in organizations or in classes like this, frequently thinking about what's next. Whose hands in this organization do you have very, very forward to make sure that you continue to and that's what it's really hard.
While they are attending the academy, regular life goes on, and cadets and their families must be able to fulfill the academy requirements and those things happening in the world. You, families, play a critical role in their accomplishments. It would have been really impossible for your loved ones to succeed. All of the members of Colorado State Patrol, along with the Colorado Department of Public Safety, thank you for your support. You have our support, our gratitude, and we applaud you all. It's very important that we recognize and applaud the families for your support more than once during the ceremony, and also remember that through the careers that on our The academy environment is very unique, and the academy staff has had the opportunity to watch each individual cadet grow over the past several weeks, physically, mentally, and emotionally. The cadets have received training so that they can protect life and serve our communities with their innovation, creativity, and empowerment. The State Patrol is the best place to work in Colorado, and we are excited that they are doing. Each cadet has accomplished a great deal and each should be very proud of their individual successes. 9 weeks is a long time, and this class is worth very hard. Each day brought new challenges, which they eagerly met. They supported each other and established many friendships that will last for years to come. Although this phase of their training is complete, they will inevitably face new and exciting challenges in the months and years to come. Individual competition is an important part of the academy structure, and we would now like to acknowledge these efforts. The following individuals were key performers in each of the following disciplines. I wish I had a girl on. As I call your name, please come forward. The first award is leadership. The first individual award for leadership. This award is presented to the individual who has demonstrated the highest ideals of leadership to their classmates and who was selected as class president. Cadet Mitchell Curran was selected as the class president. An outstanding leader. Assisting Cadet Curran in the duties of leading the class was 2 squad leaders. These squad leaders demonstrated superior leadership qualities while undergoing the rigors of the academy. The squad leaders are Cadet Shelby Booth. Cadet Colbert Carroll. Now for academics. This award represents the cadet with the highest grade point average based on every test taken throughout the academy. For this class, the recipient of the academic award for scholarship is Cadet Curran with an overall grade point average of 92%. Now for fitness. Few jobs in either the public or private sector require the level of fitness that is demanded by a career in public safety. A fitness regimen within a public safety environment should be and as we heard today, the individual who displayed the best overall fitness and the recipient of this award is Cadet Curran. promotes improved fitness. In addition to the individual who has demonstrated the best overall fitness, we would like to recognize the individual who has shown the most improvement in their physical fitness. The recipient of this award is Cadet Gonzalez. This concludes the presentation of the individual awards for POE Class 2021-1. Congratulations to each of you, and thank you for your exemplary work.
Thank you, Director Nixon. All right, so this is the part where we are people. We're gonna make some official coordination officers. So, Lieutenant Colonel Braxton is going to read names. We have Deputy Director Bill Jones and Director Christian Nixon to help us present that. Here we go, let's fix it up.
Officer Mitchell Huron. Officer Shelby Booth. Officer Colter Carroll. Officer Joseph Frazier. Officer Ryan Gonzalez. Officer James Johnson. Officer Casey Martinez. Officer Kelly Oxender. Officer Nathaniel Salter. Officer Vincent Schaff. Officer Mackenzie Underwood. These are your officers. Let's hear it for them.
Congratulated by the staff of background, wants to be around. We will swear them in and make it official. congratulations on tremendous accomplishment. One more round of applause. Congratulations. Thank you for your call.